Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, April 21st. Happy Dyngus Day! I have zero idea what Dyngus Day actually is. No, I do have kind of an idea. It's Polish tradition the day after Easter, and it's got something to do with celebrating Lent being over. I don't know the very details. Most European countries have some version of it, but everybody kind of identifies it Dyngus Day because the name's funny, and I don't know where the name comes from, but it's Dyngus Day, and the light is not on. Not that that did much. The windows are open because it is a wonderful 70, I think, ish, 60, high 60s, 70s. Although apparently somebody turned on either the heat or the air because it's going and I didn't, so.
I told you when I turned it on, you told me to turn it on.
I turned it off at some point yesterday.
Because I didn't turn it back on.
Yeah, I turned it off. I actually turned the heat on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday afternoon. And yesterday I turned everything completely off. But now it's running again. Okay, moving along. I didn't grab our commenters to shout them out. My card class ran a little bit late today.
And I've just had an irritating day.
So I'm a little behind the 8 ball. I can't even find it on here. Okay, we'll find it on here. I'm a little behind today. Card class ran a little bit late today. And, of course, us Catholics woke up to the news that the Pope had passed.
Well, technically everyone did.
Well, everyone woke up to the news that the Pope had passed. Us Catholics have,
well, crud.
Yes. It's,
I just mean mug the TV.
kind of shocking news because, I mean, he was at Easter. He appeared yesterday at Easter, gave a speech at the balcony, and kind of did a little tour of the St. Peter's Square, and, you know, kind of greeted people from the pulpit. It was looking quite well, all things considered, and then to wake up this morning and hear that he had passed, it was very sad, indeed. Thus begins the tradition of selecting a new pope, which in 5 to 10, so 5 to 10 days they will have Pope Francis's funeral mass, and then in 15 to 20 days they will begin conclave. Conclave will select the new pope. There are some leading front runners. The one I have heard the most talk about is a cardinal from the Philippines, I believe it is. A lot of what they're talking about, the front runners, they seem a little bit, they seem like center-left leaning, which is not to say they're not traditional, because a traditional Catholic and a conservative Catholic are two separate things, as much as it makes people angry when I say that. You know. So hopefully you all had a wonderful week. Busy week, but it wasn't a bad week last week, with the exception of the car issues on Monday.
My pants are still wet from the rain. I swear to the good Lord, in 10 minutes, an inch of water appeared in our parking lot. Like, we have drainage and everything. I was literally walking through a half inch to an inch of water for the entire parking lot. That's how fast it was coming down.
It was. It came down pretty quick. Okay.
Shout out, people.
Yes, it came down pretty quick.
Andrea.
Let's shout out our commenters.
Andrea, Bridget, and Teresa, Janet. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for commenting on our video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Janet did ask about the size of Glory in the Morning, the tall sunflower one. I will go into that. I will go into that when I show it to you. I did leave a comment for Janet with the details on last week's. So if you want the details in writing, go to last week's videos. Go to the comments. I am going to share the details, size details again when I show you whips, because that's what I think is play. All right. So whips. You have no whips. Okay, well, let's start with my whips. We will start with my Sal prompt of the week, which is the January block of the Star Touched Meadow Sal. Carnations. And I have done 437 stitches on this. This is on a piece of 16 count white Ada. It was small up in here. I think, yes, I have this whole corner done, including the white.
Yay.
Yay! Yes,
Woohoo!
yeah, all the white's done. So, that is lovely. And then we will go into prompts for the week. Except I am missing a whip. Hold, please. And we're back.
Yay.
Okay, so for Lego week. For one of the prompts, it was stitch on something with the moon or the night sky. Technically, if you're stitching on something with the moon, it's got the night sky in it. Technically, but you know. This is Midnight Sail by Shannon Christine Design. And I did 202 stitches on it. This is on a piece of 32 count. Maybe it's 28. I think it might be actually be 28 because I think that was the only opalescence I had. It is, I think I called this Fireflies because it's like dark blue with the opalescence, so it's sparkling. Basically what I did was filled in over here by the moon over here. I still have all this to fill in on the moon. Lots of moon fill in. Lots of moon fill in. That moon is very big.
That's what she said?
I know. But it also was helpful because it was quick stitching during the week. Because it was a busy week with Easter and all that. Okay, so then I used my free pass for stitch on something with letters. And then stitch on a whip, which must be done to exact measurements. How many Legos you own, and with flowers or plants. I did all on Glory in the Morning. As soon as I can get it out. Alright, so here is Glory in the Morning. And to let you know, it is 507 stitches tall by 138 stitches wide. So on 32/16 count, it is 31.5 inches tall by 8 5/8 inches wide. I cut my fabric to 37 inches by 15 inches.
So you need a 3 foot by 1 foot frame about.
Yeah. Well, no, because
36 give you a little bit of room on the top and bottom, and 12 would give you a couple inches on the.
Well, you only need like 32 inches for the framing. Because the design area is only 31.5. Right. And I started in the middle.
I thought you wanted 2 inches on all sides. That's why 8 plus 4 is 12. 32 plus 4 is 36.
For your cut, you want 3 to 4. For cutting your fabric size to work on, you want 3 to 4 inches. For framing, you can go as tight as you want on your framing.
Okay, I was just rounding up to the easiest size. That's all.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I started right in the middle. Here it is. Whee! So the top part is blue. The bottom part is green. This is what I did. I did 685 stitches. I am at, so this is kind of like the top half-ish of the Morning Glories. So actually what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do what I normally don't do. Normally I work up to the top and then kind of go out and come down, but I'm actually going to start here and go down and do all of the Morning Glories and the bottom stalks first. And save the sunflower tops for last.
Saving the best for last again?
Yes, I am. Now, I will tell you, I like this chart, but there are a couple of things that I dislike about this chart. First of all, she has no comprehensive list of all of your colors. So like, what I mean by that is, there's a list with like the sunflower and the green and the stalks and the Morning Glory colors. But the birds and the butterflies are their own individual color charts, which I did not realize, and I do not have all of them, all of those colors pulled, so I still don't have all the colors pulled for it. There's no like indication of where your center is. I kind of sort of figured it out. I got a rough approximation and went from there. And there's no like shadow overlap, like 2 pages from the previous book. It's all stuff I can deal with. Had I realized it going into it, life would have been a little easier. So, now you know if you decide you want to stitch it. Those are my little issues with the chart. Like I said, it's all stuff I can deal with. It's just like, had I known that, that would have been nicer. Okay. On to, so for the weekend, I pulled out one of my yearlies, the Reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings, and if you haven't figured it out by now, I did not take it out of a bag because I finished it. I did, hold on, I have to flip my book.
False start!
I did 621 stitches on it, and Mr. Reindeer is finished. This is on a 16 count. Don't ask me to remember exactly what the colorway is. I'll let you know when I start the next critter in the Year in the Woods series, because I am going to do the fox from the winter series, and I want to put him on the same color fabric. So I have to play around and dye some fabric and figure out what colorway this is. I have a general idea of what this is. We'll see if I'm right. So Mr. Reindeer is finished.
I have to see a lady on a bicycle flying through the air.
Like, seriously, it is very, very, very windy. Very windy. Okay.
I'll tell you this, driving on the highway was not fun.
So that was Saturday stitching, and I literally had 3 colors left to finish on it. That's why it went so quickly. So that was actually done pretty quick on Saturday. So with church being as late as it was because of Easter Vigil, I had pulled out stuff to start on an ornament and worked on that. This had way more. That's a empty piece of fabric. This is not the piece of fabric that's got the stitches on it. Hold, please. Okay, I found it.
Move mouse.
I did a little ornament. Don't ask me what the name of it. Don't ask me who it's by. Because apparently when I printed this out, all I printed out was a cover photo and the chart. I didn't even have the color key. I guessed on colors because it's really only like 4 colors. It's red, white, green, and brown. I think they did 2 shades of yellow. Oh, and yellow. 5 colors. I think they did 2 shades of yellow in the flame. I just did 1. And I actually think the 2 stitches that are the candle wick are charted in like a different color than the brown. Again, I just did it in the brown. Because that's how I roll. So here it is for 1,114 stitches, which was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Yes, it's done. lot more stitches in this than I thought I was going to have. It is done though. I have another little ornament done. Add that to my pile of ornaments to finish that isn't getting done.
I think you should just make a banner and attach all the ornaments to the banner and just hang it up from at the top of the ceiling. Top of the walls.
Sure.
Around Christmas time.
I did finish I just want to finish filming a video. Seriously, what is probably going to be a 20-25 minute video is going to take me half an hour, 45 minutes because I keep having to stop.
Breathe in, breathe out. Delicious food is being made.
It's literally how my whole day has felt. It's just run, run, run. Anyways, I did finish the summer block on the Four Seasons quilt that I am making. However, I have a small issue with the transition rows. I lost a stitch somewhere. It's easy to do. So I've got to pull out, and I've got yarn everywhere. It's a little bit of a mess right now, so I'm going to clean that up and hopefully maybe finish the transition row this week, and then I'll show you it next week. I have done no diamond painting. I'm hoping after this week I can have a little bit more calm in life. I did have card making class today. I think I might have said that. That's part of why I'm 6 ways from Sunday. I had to drive to Medina this morning, drop off an Amazon return, because I ordered something from Amazon, a mug that came to me broken. And like, the more I thought about it, the more I realized I'm not entirely sure what happened to it, because like, it was the part of the lid that you hold on to and you pull off the mug. So it was like a part of that was chipped out, but that piece was inside the mug, which leads me to believe it was packaged broken.
Well, there's also the fact that there was no packing.
I have no idea. Anyways, I had to go over to Medina, do that. I had to go to the grocery store. I came home. I had like time to sit for 5 minutes, eat lunch. Then I had to go to my card class. Card class took a little bit longer than normal. Then I got home to start dinner and realized I didn't have any baking powder. Another victim of the Great Flood. It's been a day. Anyways.
Yeah, I got you the stuff though.
Yes, Joe got me baking powder. So, let's show you the cards I made today. We'll start with this one. It's a sweet little happy, it says happy birthday. Some cute little flowers inside. It was just kind of a put together card. This is all designer paper. Really cute. This, a little note of appreciation. There's nothing on the inside of this. I love these rectangular dies. I kind of want to buy the die set.
So why don't you?
I don't know, I just haven't. This one's really cool. It says, "You are seriously the best." And that was just black and white paper. This paper here was just black and white paper, and we colored it with ink. We colored the, mine's blue and green ink. You can see the colors a little better farther back. I color, and then you colored the centerpiece. And then we did this really cool technique where we did like a glue splatter technique, and she put embossing powder on it. It was interesting. We had some difficulties with the glue splattering correctly, and cute little on the inside. Sweet. And then this guy doesn't have a sentiment or anything really on the inside. He's just kind of a blank empty note card. Did some coloring on that. There is this stuff on the tulips that makes them like sparkly. It's really hard to pick up on camera. It's called Wink of Stella. It's like a little pen, and you kind of squish it to get the Wink of Stella out. Well, I couldn't get the lid off, and I must have squished where you squish it to get it to come out as I was pulling the lid off. Because when I went to go over my tulips, I had windowsill everywhere, like to the point where after it dried and I went like this, some of it came off in my hands. There was so much on there.
You mean glitter got everywhere?
Yeah, glitter went everywhere. So that was card making class. That's been the whips. The biscuits are done. So I'm going to go pull the biscuits out of the oven, and then we're going to go into haul and plants. Okay. I can smell them biscuits. I made butter swim biscuits. Much better than when the first time I made them, because the recipe I have says you do them at 450 degrees. That like burnt my biscuits. I did them at like 375 this time. More like 350 because I have a convection oven, so it automatically adjusts temperature. Much better. Much better. Alright. I have some tall because, and it's paper crafting haul. So I ordered the Stamp It Up annual catalog is at the end of this month. They switch annual catalogs, and some of the stuff is retiring, going away completely, going bye-byes. This is one of the things that's going bye-byes, and I had to get it because it's adorable. It's called The Cutest Cows, and you can make little cows, and the things say things like, the little things you do make such a big difference. What's moo with you? Milk it for all it's worth. And there's a punch to make a cow. So I had to get the cows. And then my Stamp It Up lady was... Basically, she had some designer paper she wasn't ever going to use, so she sold it for like 50 cents a pack to us.
You got it on clearance.
Yeah, we got it on clearance. She's like, some of them are more used than others, but 50 cents a pack, I'll get some money back for them. So, and those packs are like $6.50, I think, maybe more. She's like, as long as I get at least something from the paper. I'm like, man, gotcha. There you go for that. Okay, let's talk plants. Let's talk plants. Okay. Oh, there's my list. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we've done this one. Boom. We've done this one. Alright. Easter Candy Week, because we got the prompts on Good Friday. So it's Easter Candy Week. Two more new starts to be candidates. So let's go through. Do you want to go through all the prompts and then decide?
Yep.
Alright. Okay. So, prompt 1. Stitch on a whip and tell us if you eat the ears or the tail of the bunny first. It's whip of choice. Stitch on a whip that makes you feel like spring is here. Stitch on a whip with a bird. Stitch on a whip that has an area with easy stitching because you are filling in or you're stitching in a single color or, easy stitching. Stitch on a whip that surprised you or has something hidden.
Okay.
So, these are our two candidates. Female, Geisha Red, and Happily Ever After.
Alright, tell what it is. Geisha Red. Fits at least two of the prompts that aren't okay, it is... It's going for the pick a prompt.
Okay.
Actually, leave that one blank in case we need to tell you that. What's the second one? Is something that feels like spring?
Spring.
That looks like a spring outfit, and that outfit is actually very light.
That is true. It's a very spring outfit.
Just put female G.
Okay. Easy stitching?
Yeah, that was the other thing. It's a printed, isn't it?
Yes.
How do you get easier than that? What are the other two?
Okay, so we have a whip of choice, a whip with a bird, or a whip that surprised you or has something hidden.
It surprised me you picked it up.
It surprised me.
That is not your normal pattern.
No, it's not, but I kind of liked it.
So that surprised you.
And it only cost me $1.
There, that's all four.
So.
Victory! All of them!
We'll use the pass for the bird.
There's a smart comment, but I don't want to get in trouble.
So next week we are doing Happily Ever After, and hopefully it fits the prompts.
Laura might be doing alternative stitches.
It's a 400 week. That's going to be difficult. Okay. Well, that is it for the week. Our 26-minute video is probably taking us about 40 because I have to keep stopping and getting up.
It'll be okay.
It will be okay. I'll make it. So, what do we want the people to do, darling?
Have a lovely week. Have a good time. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, all the things and bobs. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. I need food.
Thank you all so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you were entertained. We hope you enjoyed, we hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. We hope to see you again next week. Yes, please comment. So we have to talk
comment. Are you surprised Laura's doing this?
Are you surprised I'm doing that?
Because I am. I actually like Japanese culture. So for me, that would be normal. The only reason why I wouldn't do that is somebody probably look at me funny.
Well, and probably part of the reason why I picked it out is because I knew you would like it. It's red. It's Japanese. So I knew it would have appeal to you. And I mean, it was one of those things where it was like, okay, I picked it up. First of all, it was $1. Second of all, if you said, oh, I want to stitch that, I would have happily given it up to you. But you saying, no, I don't want to stitch that because, I don't know, I would feel weird because it's female. I'll stitch it anyways and put it up in our house. So there you go. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you had a good time. We hope you were entertained. And we will see you next week.
Yarp. Bye-bye.